In a complex and multifaceted culture where one's financial situation often determines how successful and prosperous one is seen to be, people from all walks of life have diverse ideologies and approaches to the notion and use of money. It has often been noted that those who find themselves in the center of the financial spectrum prefer to see money as a tool, a way to achieve something that could improve their socioeconomic status. For these people, having money offers a chance to improve their credit scores, giving them the freedom to take out more loans and buy more material possessions, basically keeping the wheels of their daily lives rolling in what seems to be an endless loop. This view is fostered by a fierce desire to elevate their position, a persistent attempt to keep up with the Joneses, and a desire to comply to society's sometimes unstated but clearly defined norms. The wealthy class of society, on the other hand, approaches the idea of money from a completely different perspective. This group of people views money as a tool to increase their current wealth rather than chasing the next buy or looking for validation via material acquisition. The real process of accumulating money is prioritized in their financial playbook above the outward display of affluence. They reject cultural expectations and conventions in order to forge a financial path that is firmly founded in long-term stability and development. Their emphasis is unwaveringly on financial growth and security. It is vital to be aware of the possible error that appearances often contain in the social maze of financial perceptions and behaviors. There is a complex network of narratives, and one's riches may not be adequately reflected by the outward appearance. The manifestation of riches in this sense goes beyond material acquisition and includes the depth of one's intellect, character, and inner calm. There is a group of people who, in spite of having significant financial means, choose to live a more modest and limited lifestyle. These are the people who choose their safety and privacy above the excessive display of money, and who are aware that real wealth cannot be judged by outward appearances. They have perfected the skill of living a life free of the compulsion to conform to social norms, putting their attention instead on personal development and inner satisfaction. You can find yourself embodying a story that deviates greatly from the accepted standard as you go through the busy halls of life wearing clothing that conveys comfort rather than grandeur. You start to come to the conclusion that one's value cannot be measured just by material goods as a result of this change in viewpoint. Instead, it promotes a voyage inside, cultivating a greater appreciation for life's simpler pleasures, a sharp concentration on self-improvement, and an unrelenting pursuit of personal perfection. The perception of formal education as the only route to prosperity is changing in this story. Instead, a more expansive viewpoint is adopted, one that emphasizes the development of talents and the improvement of one's communicating abilities as essential elements to success. In this field, investing $100 on a course that develops your potential can be more valuable than earning a formal degree. As your journey progresses, you could find yourself letting go of long-held convictions and ideals, turning away from the relentless chase of material wealth and toward a life based on prudent money management, wise judgment, and personal development. This change represents a paradigm shift in thinking, moving away from a life that places emphasis on external appearances and toward one that seeks satisfaction via personal growth and financial wisdom. The wisdom of business titans like Warren Buffett resonates strongly throughout this trip, underlining the need of developing a mentality that prioritizes information and sound judgment above just accumulating money. This point of view encourages people to create a mentality that is both innovative and prudent, qualities that are crucial in navigating the complicated world of financial success. It also promotes a culture that prioritizes education and personal development above material accumulation. As you set out on this transforming path, you could discover that you transcend the social temptation to brag about your accomplishments and decide to put more emphasis on the real process of building wealth via wise investments and well-informed choices. This strategy not only promotes financial security, but also results in a life free from the urge to fit in with society. Hence, achieving financial wealth is a difficult and multifaceted process that calls for a well-rounded strategy that combines both personal development and financial prudence. Keep in mind that the actual meaning of riches does not reside in worldly possessions, but rather in one's depth of character, breadth of knowledge, and ability to make wise and well-informed judgments as you make your way down this winding route. Instead of making showy displays of money that might perhaps draw unwanted attention and pose dangers to your personal safety, embrace the values of humility and wisdom as you travel this road. Keep in mind that the journey is just as important as the goal as you travel down this route to ultimate riches. Treasure the knowledge gained, the skills developed, and the personal development obtained, since they are the actual indicators of a life well lived, a life that perfectly embodies richness and success. Many people have a persistent and compelling need to constantly improve and perfect their external looks in order to achieve an aesthetic appeal that resonates with both personal pleasure and social acceptability. This desire exists in a constantly changing and dynamically growing culture. These endeavors, which are frequently characterized by persistence and a propensity for ongoing self-improvement, are supported by the underlying conviction that one can achieve a level of personal beauty or sophistication that is consistent with their own individualistic aspirations and desires through steadfast dedication and a resolute mindset. Financial tycoons like Warren Buffett, whose deep awareness of the complexities of financial investing has been distilled in time-tested adages that highlight the primacy of value above cost, have given sage insights that cannot be overlooked in this field of financial acumen. This way of thinking emphasizes how important it is to think about the long-term effects and advantages of financial commitments, encouraging people to adopt a mindset consistent with the principles of sustainable wealth accumulation and avoiding the fleeting allure of ostentatious displays of wealth. It is blatantly obvious that those who have successfully navigated the route to financial success seldom engage in lavish displays of wealth, which often serve as the opposite to real financial achievement. True riches surpasses the simple display of luxury via pricey items or ostentatious trips. Contrarily, many affluent people make practical decisions, choosing modest automobiles and leading lives marked by reason and forethought, demonstrating their capacity to think forward to long-term rewards rather than giving in to momentary pleasures. In order to adopt an attitude that is in line with wealth, one must through a transformational process in which they break free from the constraints of routine extravagant displays and adopt a more understated way of living and dressing. This change enables a release from the constant search of social approval via worldly items, cultivating a deep knowledge that genuine fulfillment comes from inside fulfillment rather than approval from others. By starting on this transforming path, one adopts a worldview that separates real achievement from social acceptance, cultivating a mindset that prioritizes genuine financial prudence and personal development above fleeting plaudits. This change results in a lifestyle that is more fulfilling and significant, where one focuses on activities that are highly valuable, encourage personal development, and help one make wise financial choices. In this context, Warren Buffett's words have a powerful resonance because they capture the essence of financial sagacity, which exhorts people to cultivate a perspective that transcends outward appearances and focuses instead on fostering a prosperous future marked by significant wealth accumulation. This philosophical approach, which has several facets, emphasizes the significance of avoiding lavish spending on opulent goods and vacations, and is in favor of a way of living that promotes serenity, energy, and financial stability. When one imagines a situation where someone indulges in lavish spending to display their riches, one can see the ephemeral pleasure it could offer, although coming at a significant financial cost. While temporarily satisfying, this indulgence diverts significant funds that might otherwise be properly spent for long-term financial rewards. The stark contrast between fleeting pleasures and long-term financial security highlights the need for a well-balanced strategy that promotes both real financial security and a life marked by satisfaction and considerable personal progress. Deep into their thinking processes and financial philosophies that have guided them to financial stability and success in the spheres of true opulence. Consider learning from those who have successfully carved out a place for themselves in the economy by wise financial choices and investments that grow over time as opposed to evaporating in pointless displays of material riches. It's crucial to realize that the glossy portrayal of affluent people in media narratives often does not reflect the responsible financial practices and frugal lifestyle choices that have been the bedrock of their route to wealth creation. It's also important to note that a sizable portion of people with large wealth tend to choose assets that grow and increase over time, leaving a financial legacy that goes beyond transient displays of wealth. Their investing knowledge tends to favor investments with the potential for exponential development, avoiding the quick pleasure trap to which many are prone. Taking inspiration from this strategy motivates us to cultivate a mentality that transcends the traditional ideas of money and success, motivating us to concentrate more on developing strategies for sustainable financial development than on giving in to demands from society to live ostentatiously. In essence, the astute observer would see that true success isn't about ostentatious displays of wealth, but rather an expertly orchestrated set of financial tactics that encourage long-term financial stability and development. Yes, pursuing financial stability and prosperity is inextricably related to a whole way of life that includes personal growth, emotional intelligence, and creating meaningful relationships. Building wealth is a complex process that requires careful money management, personal development, and a shifting understanding of what real wealth is. It is not just a question of acquiring goods and living a life of luxury. Your story effectively demonstrates that the path to financial success is multifaceted and involves not only making wise financial choices, but also honing essential life skills like public speaking, which may turn out to be important assets in the long run. The claim that many of these fundamental abilities are essentially human and not always related to IQ emphasizes how crucial it is to foster an attitude of confidence and empathy for other people as well as for the rest of the world. This story encourages people to concentrate on internal development and developing talents that may help them live happy and successful lives, transcending the surface aspects of money creation in the context of acquiring riches. It emphasizes the significance of copying the spending patterns of wealthy people who put savings and investments ahead of splurging, laying the groundwork for long-term financial stability. Here, moderate progress is prioritized with the understanding that achieving financial success may take years. It emphasizes the need of maintaining expenses below one's income in order to make room for investments that promote financial progress. Contrasted with the normal habits of borrowing and overspending, which often cause financial distress and obstruct the path to financial success, is this wise financial management. Additionally, this phrase exhorts readers to ask for advice and benefit from the expertise of seasoned experts, who may provide insightful advice and useful information for navigating the difficulties of financial management. It encourages a mentality that puts long-term financial security ahead of the transient pleasures brought on by material things and social status. There is an acceptance that perceptions and priorities change as people go forward on this journey. One may initially have a preference for materialistic activities, but as time passes, the emphasis switches to appreciating experiences and creating meaningful relationships, which are seen as essential elements of individual satisfaction and fulfillment. This change in focus reflects a greater knowledge of what true wealth is, highlighting the fact that being financially prosperous requires not just collecting possessions, but also having a satisfying life that includes personal development, happiness, and strong relationships. This narrative provides a clear image of the path to financial success, highlighting the fact that it is a difficult process, including personal growth, responsible money management, and a changing viewpoint on wealth and happiness. It fosters a holistic approach to wealth acquisition that goes beyond just economic objectives, encouraging a balanced way of life where money success is entwined with happiness and human development. Channeling this attitude entails taking a more prudent and measured approach to managing money, giving priority to investments that promise significant returns over time, rather than fleeting pleasures that provide no real financial rewards. According to the wise counsel of financial tycoons like Warren Buffett, it highlights the need to exercise caution in financial transactions, abide by the tenet of not losing money, and subsequently expand one's financial holdings wisely. When one thinks about it more deeply, they realize that this isn't simply financial advice, but rather a fundamental philosophy that shapes their whole view of money and directs them along the road of significant financial development and stability. This way of thinking acts as a lighthouse, pointing people in the direction of wise financial choices and encouraging a mindset that values real progress above outward displays of riches. Adopting this viewpoint not only sparks a change in financial priorities, but it also fosters a degree of financial savviness that sets people apart from the majority who are caught up in the endless quest of materialistic things. It encourages people to reevaluate their financial objectives and challenge them, leading them to gravitate toward long-term financial strategies that have the potential to be both profitable and sustainable. This raises an important discussion about the differences between the financial habits of the truly wealthy and those who are caught in a cycle of financial irresponsibility, constantly trying to live beyond their means, which invariably results in financial instability. A paradigm change in how people see and handle money appears to be the key to closing this gap and entering a state of financial stability and prosperity. People should aim to understand and imbibe the principles that underpin the financial decisions of the genuinely wealthy, in order to avoid getting caught in the vicious cycle of trying to imitate the extravagant lifestyle frequently portrayed by the media. Instead, they should concentrate on laying a strong foundation for long-term financial resilience and prosperity. The emphasis is shifted from superficial appearances to actual, concrete financial development and stability, opening the path for a future of financial security and prosperity. This strategy invites a journey towards genuine financial enlightenment,